What's the biggest myth you want to put to silence first and foremost?
Okay, one of the biggest myths is that Lance Feurtado, Todd, those my brother-in-laws.
Yeah.
They had no authority with the crowns. They basically was Johnny come latelys.
Money conversations, we've been making business moves. Contemplating how to get it, need to get in tune. Different topics, we got options, you could pick and choose. If more income ain't the outcome, gotta switch the mood. We tryna help you to improve, thanks for asking. Road to riches, speak on broker days and past tense. Wealthy habits, lately I just wanna stack chips. Took a risk and we've been running up a bag since. G-Vast quest, quick to make a couple G's. Detox, spitting knowledge, put you on your feet. Bug out, got the plate, make sure to pray before you eat. At the table with the winners, come and take a seat.
Yo, for the next episode of Thanks for Asking, we got the president of the 7 Crowns. His name is Michael Mitchell, aka Mr. Black. And yo, Detox, start the show, bro.
Can I get a round of applause first, man? I want to say thank you. And we appreciate you coming on the show. This is a big moment for us.
Very big.
Yeah, it's kind of a big one for me too, because for years I've been kind of silent, and a lot of stuff been going on. People been trying to tell our story, taking credit for a whole bunch of stuff that we did, and people actually believe them too.
We're gonna put that to the end today.
Yeah. Oh, yes. Most definitely.
What's the biggest myth you want to put to silence first and foremost?
Okay, one of the biggest myths is that Lance Feurtado, Todd, those my brother-in-laws.
Yeah.
They had no authority with the crowns. They basically was Johnny come latelys. Well, Lance really, he got his street credit from being Tony's brother. That's it. Lance really didn't roll with us. He didn't fight with us. He didn't hang out or none of that. But he's been making podcasts and stuff saying that they was the leaders and they did this, they did that. And that's far from being the truth. There's no truth in that at all. And furthermore, with the drug situation, especially with the heroin, that was, the Black Rain organization, that was Tony's little pet peeve. Tony was a Crown from the beginning almost, but he was 100% down, and he definitely was one of us.
Tony Feurtado?
Tony Feurtado, okay, the older one, yeah. Yeah, Tony definitely was one of us, Tony been in the trenches with us, fought, and a whole bunch of other stuff. And Lance got his credit just from being Tony's brother. That's
so you saying he didn't put in no work in that magnitude?
Yeah, none at all.
The record is set straight.
And another thing, because the Black Rain organization, that wasn't a solely a Crown-based organization, because in the beginning, heroin wasn't allowed, using it, selling us. Nah, that started after I went away, in 75 or 76, I got a bank robbery, and so they gave me 18 years.
Bank robbery? Whoa.
Start from the beginning.
Yeah, we're going to start from the beginning. Hold on. I just wanted to get, it seemed like you had some things you wanted to just get off your chest. I wanted to get those off. But I want to start at the beginning, because I don't want nobody confused, and we don't want to be jumping back. And,
So, okay, you're chronological. All right, come on.
Talk to me about growing up and, your family. Did you have your parents?
Oh, yeah. We moved to Queens in 1963, and we still at the same house. And I started, I was in the 2nd grade. I went to PS 48.
Oh, I went to 48 too.
From 48, I went to IS 8, and then to Jamaica High. And You know, it was 9 of us. I got, you know, I got 6,
Oh, wow.
yeah, 6 boys and 3 girls. And from Jamaica High, you know, they transferred me out of Jamaica High for, they say, behavioral problems.
You fighting or something?
Yeah, just,
Hey, don't say behavioral problem. Say what it is. Behavioral problem.
yeah, that's
You
what
gotta
it
clean it up.
And yeah, you know, we acted out in Jamaica. But anyway, you know, I had to leave Jamaica. So they asked me what did I want to do, or what was I interested in. And so I told them, I said, well, I want to be an oceanographer. You know, because I used to.
Oceanographer?
I used to watch Jacques Cousteau all the time when I was little. You know, they be, you know, going down studying and fishing, all that old type of stuff. And so I told them that. So as a result of that, they sent me to Food and Maritime Trades High School in Manhattan on West 4th Street. You know, half of
What year was this? Do you remember?
This was in 72.
And you was what? How old?
Oh, that 17, 6, something around there, yeah. So they sent me to Food and Maritime Trades, and the Maritime Trades, you know, it's a ship. Like half the day we go to a school for academics, then the other half of the day, you know, we go to the ship.
Oh wow!
And yeah, you know, because maritime trades, you know,
it's like water stuff.
Yeah, you know, working on these ships, like they have the engine department, deck department, the steward department, and you know, the deck department do all of the topside work on the ships. You know, the ropes, sails, and all that old stuff. The engine crew, you know, they be down in the engine and the steward.
Is that when you that when you started the 7 Crowns, or how did that come about?
That's when I met I met this brother named Roosevelt. You know, he went to school too. So me, Roosevelt, King was from the Bronx, and Morris was from the Bronx too. And so, you know, I used to hang out with them because there wasn't a whole lot of Queens guys, you know, in that school.
No.
Yeah, it was just Bronx and Manhattan, you know. And so one day everybody had you know, wore their jackets because they ain't wear their school, you know, their colors at the school. You know, it was forbidden by the school to wear your jackets, wear any gang jackets.
Gang jackets.
Yeah, to wear any gang jackets and stuff. But I guess on their own one day out of the year, they would put their jackets on when they come to school, but they ain't wear them in the school building. They ain't wear them on the ship, but lunchtime and stuff, we being in the park, and you see them with all these different colors, different jackets on and stuff. At that time, Queens really didn't have no gangs, you know. And so, you know, me, I was kind of interested in it. I was like, damn, and now Roosevelt, I didn't know Roosevelt was a 7 Crown. Morris, he was a Black Pearls, and he wore his jacket. And, you know, the Puerto Rican Savage Nomads, and I'm seeing these different things. So, but Roosevelt told me he was a 7 Crown, you know, and me and Roosevelt was, you know, got cool.
Right.
Yeah, we was real cool, right? So I went out to the Bronx with him one time, and he was staying over on Vice Avenue in Simpson. And so then, you know, he told me he was a 7 Crown. And I said, yeah. I said, what's a 7 Crown? You know, he said, well, it's a gang. It's a gang. I said, oh yeah. He said, yeah. So I go back on. I go back out to Queens. So the next time I went out to the Bronx. You know, he took me down to the clubhouse, and that's when, you know, he asked me did I want to get down. I said, yeah. I get down. And because me, you know, I'm real adventurous anyway. I like to stay on the move, make stuff happen. You know, I was just wanting to get into something. And so they asked me did I think I could start a division out in Queens. I said I think I can, you know. And so that was my task, my first task. And so come out to Queens. Now King was from the Bronx too, and King wasn't, he wasn't in no gang. He wasn't no gang or nothing like that. And so I got King, to come out. I got King to come out to Queens with me. So King come out, and King was my first recruit, as the 7 Crown. So we came out to Queens to try to start recruiting, or to try to recruit, go up to Jamaica High. And so I'm asking people, yo, why don't you get down with this, blah, 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 blah. So
was it working when you was trying to do your recruiting, or?
No, it wasn't working right away. Yeah. And so now this one guy came down and he said, I heard you motherfuckers was trying to start a gang. Man, ain't nobody gonna join no damn gang, and blah, blah, blah. He had some shit to say. So he kept it moving. All right. So we go back to school the next day, and so King told Rosie, well, we call him Rosie, but Roosevelt. But King told Rosie, this one guy had something smart to say. And Roosevelt said, well, what'd he say? And so King told him about it. So he said, I'm gonna go out there with y'all today. So we go back up to Jamaica High, and it wasn't even a half an hour, something. Here come the same guy coming down the steps. So King told Roosevelt, he said, yo, that's the guy who was talking shit yesterday. And so Roosevelt said, yo, man, come here for a minute. He said, you had something to say to my people? And he said, yeah, I had something to say. And that was all he got to say, because Roosevelt hit him so hard. He went down. He went down and jumped up and ran. And so that
solidified it.
Yeah.
That changed it. So I assume
that kind of changed the confidence in people seeing that.
If y'all was serious.
Yeah. And that's that. In the beginning, it was a lot of that. They was challenging us, all the time. Because when I first started, like I said, it was just me and King. It took around 2 months. Around 2 months, I had around 30, 40 people.
Wow. That shit growing quick.
Yeah. And like, with us though, in the beginning, we ain't have no initiation, you ain't had to get jumped in or beat up or nothing, because my thing now, my thing was trying to get as many as possible, because I knew we need numbers, because an incident happened once before, just before the Crowns, around 10 of us, most of us was from 40, and so we started calling ourselves the Wild Bunch, right? So we made some jackets up, and my man, put the Wild Bunch on the back, and the jackets was kind of fly. They was kind of fly, and so we go out to Coney Island on Easter, and so we down there, we walking, going through the thing. And then here come the Black Spades from the Bronx, and it had to be at least 1,000 of these guys, man. And there was like 8, 9 of us. So they.
And this is when you was a 7 Crown.
No, this is just before the 7 Crowns, the Wild Bunch, yeah. And so they rolled up on us, and they was like, "Well, who gave you all permission to wear them jackets, to wear this?" Ain't nobody really gave us permission, so we was quiet, and so one of them punched my man in the face, bam. Yeah, y'all gonna take them fucking jackets off. Who told you to fucking wear them jackets? Anyway, so I lied. I knew that Sugar Bear was the warlord of the Black Spades, and that was my man's brother. And so I just said, well, Sugar Bear gave us permission to say we could wear them. And it's a good thing Sugar Bear wasn't there, because they would have stomped us out for real. But I just, that was the only thing I could think of to say to get, to stop it. And it worked. So they told us, okay, yeah, well, from now on, don't be just wearing them colors anywhere, cause nah, we ain't with that. They gonna challenge it. So after that, we broke the Wild Bunch up with the quickness, because we knew that it was only 10 of us at the most. And so that's why when I started with the Crowns, one of my first things was, I knew it was going to take some numbers,
Because you ain't want to be in one of them situations again.
Yeah. And I stepped to a couple of the old Wild Bunch, and I told them, I said, well, look, we down with the Crowns in the Bronx, so we got some backing now, so it's not just us.
Yeah.
And so in the beginning, it wasn't, you ain't have to know how to fight, you ain't have to have a lot of heart, because my thing was, we're gonna teach you how to fight, and
he out here training this crew.
I want to ask you a question though. What else y'all used to do besides fighting? What else was y'all doing in the crew? What was y'all doing?
Oh, in the beginning, we was just doing a lot of renegade stuff that gangs do. I mean, we had a burglary squad.
Burglary squad?
Yeah, we had a burglary squad. We had
So you had sex inside the crew, like different type of sections of what they was doing.
Yeah, because a lot of the ones.
What was you doing, bad boy? What was you doing?
Yeah, because you already alluded to.
Yeah, I used to do a little bit of everything. Once I got started though, but we had a burglary squad. We had the boosting crew. Of course, we had a beat up squad, and. We had a robbery crew. In the beginning, our thing was just doing a bunch of renegade shit, crime, just going against the grain in the law.
What was that feeling like when you was committing them crimes? Like, was it exhilarating or like?
Oh yeah, it was. And because a friend of mine told me, like, after I did my first little stick up, well, it wasn't stick up, it was a strong arm robbery. We had a couple of knives. And I said, and I asked him, I said, man, why don't you come out with us if we're going to go, stick something up? And he said, Black, look, I'm going to tell you, man. He said, that term stick up fever, he said, Black, that's real. He said, you're going to get to liking it, man. And he was right. Yeah, he was right. I guess that adrenaline flow and just being in control, dominating, it makes you feel good.
She was addicted.
Yeah.
I never thought of crime as just like almost the same as a drug before. Like, that's crazy. Like,
you got a rush from it, like every time you committed a crime.
Yeah, you get an adrenaline rush, especially doing that. And same thing with the burglaries, and our burglary squad was pretty good too.
Not to brag. It was pretty successful.
Did you get locked up back then too? Like doing any of those crimes?
Yeah. I got caught in one burglary. I only got one burglary charge. Stick-ups, no, I ain't get it. The only stick-up was the bank robbery. That was the only stick-up I had got.
Bank robbery, yeah.
Yeah, and out of...
You gotta tell that.
It's like an onion right here.
Some people may... I don't know if it's crazy or what, but, as far as I'm concerned, I think my stick-up career was pretty good. I only got one arrest out of around 50 of them, but they gave me 18 years for it.
God damn.
Wow.
How old were you when that happened?
I just turned 18.
Damn. Like, that was right after you started the game.
Yeah, not too long afterwards.
Wow.
God damn.
But
so Black, let me ask you, when did you recruit Fat Cat? What was he in your gang?
Fat Cat was a Little Crown. He was the warlord of the Little Crowns. Our division was the 11th division in Queens. Ours was the 11th division, and the 11th division Little Crown, Cat was the warlord. Sneaky was the president, And you know, but Sneaky was always big. You know, I mean, Fat Cat was big for for his age and stuff. And but that was his role at first. You know, he was the warlord for the Little Crowns. Then after most of the Little Crowns, a lot of, it was 15 and lower and stuff like that. And but they wasn't average 15-year-olds. After a while, they had
grown men.
When you went to jail, you came home, Cat had blew up.
Yeah.
Oh, so this
was
more
than Cat had blew up.
Tony.
It was the Feurtados. It was was Supreme in there with y'all?
No. It was just one Feurtado that was in there with that's Tony, yeah.
Earlier.
That's Tony, yeah. Lance and Todd was too young. Lance and Todd was too young anyway.
What did you see in Fat Cat to make him a warlord like almost immediately?
A Little Crown? No, he wasn't a warlord in my division. A Little Crown, yeah. Cat was big. He
just intimidating.
Cat was big, yeah, and Cat could fight. And the Little Crowns, oftentimes I had to send him home, when we go on some of my travels, but they was relentless, and some of them just, like I said, they wasn't average 15-year-olds and stuff like that, and especially Cat was big, and when he was Little Crown, he got into a fight with this guy who was an ex-football player, and I mean the guy was big as hell. And him and Cat fought, and I mean they fought. But Holmes kind of got out on Cat, but it wasn't no walkover. He knew he was in the tangle, yeah.
And he was 15 at the time.
Yeah.
God damn.
And, how old was the other guy?
Yeah, ex-football player.
He was in the 30, he was an older guy, yeah. And but we ain't like it. And later on that night, several crowns went over there, to see him, and
things happened, and that never happened again.
Ain't never happened again. They ain't catch the goose. They ain't catch him. But they were strapped when they went over there to see him later on. It was around 4. Matter of fact, it was Slaughter. Tony, it was a few. It was around 5 crowns went over there, to snatch this guy up. But he had broke out.
He got away. So, what was Tony like in there?
Tony was now Tony always had leadership skills, leadership thing, but it's 5 of us. I was the president. Slaughter was the vice president. Country James was the war counselor. Charleston Blue was our spokesman. And later on, I wound up I made Tony my spokesman. Because Charleston Blue had passed, and with Tony, Tony would be over my house every day. Every day when I wake up, it's at least 12, 13 crowns at my house. Oh, this is every day. My bodyguards definitely would be there.
Wait. Hold on. You were the gang, and y'all needed bodyguards?
Yeah.
How many bodyguards did you have?
2, 3.
Oh wow.
2, 3 different ones, yeah.
So, what does a spokesperson do in the vice? Like, what? I know they do some in a business, but like, what are you doing in a gang as a spokesman? Are you speaking to the public? You know what I'm saying?
Sometimes to represent, this is jumping ahead. They had stopped the youth corps jobs. I don't know if y'all was old enough when they had the youth corps jobs where 14, 15-year-olds, you get your working permit, and in the summertime, they give you these jobs, and you don't make much, but $45, $50 a week. But for somebody 14-year-old back then,
back then that was a lot.
yeah, and plus it kept them busy, doing something during the summertime, and so they had stopped the funding for for the youth corps jobs, in Southeast Queens, and that was us, and a lot of kids was looking forward to that, because
that was their only means to get their sneaker money and stuff.
Yeah,
like
sneaker
that.
money and what you call them. Yeah, and I was trying to figure how I would say that. Back then, $45 for a 14-year-old was a lot of money. And
we understand inflation, so
yeah, because I'm talking in the early '70s. That's what 50 years ago, 40 years ago, so. But anyway, so they stopped the funding for for the youth corps jobs here, and so this guy, Mr. Sam, had talked to me, about it, and Mr. Kennedy and Mr. Paul from the counselors from 40 Projects, they talked about it, talked to me about it, because they was like, nah, this can't happen, They just can't just stop it like that, and but they made it aware, made me aware that if we don't have nobody to represent our community at these meetings, they're not
gonna hear y'all, and they're not gonna
right. A lot of stuff that money that come available for certain things, after school centers and stuff like that. If we don't have nobody up there to represent our community, then them ones who do got somebody there, they gonna get the money. They gonna get it. And that's what happened. We ain't have nobody representing South Jamaica on that level, for grants and monies that was given, that the city was given to
the
communities for different things, and so, they just took that from us. And so, of course, they asked me, would I, me and my crew, would we go down and help, protest and, see about getting the money back in our community. And, okay, I was with that. And so we went downtown, it was a couple of hundred of us. And, even though they said this is supposed to be a peaceful demonstration, just what you call them, but...
it didn't turn out peaceful?
Nah, we didn't see the what you call them in the peaceful thing. So all them little stores and diners around the council building downtown, City Hall and stuff, we bum rushed all of them and just went in there, just took everything, all that shit. Then we went back around to the City Hall, the police there. The police wouldn't let nobody come up the stairs. And so we throwing cakes and cookies, everything at the police. We throwing shit, we cursing at them, and we going up the stairs anyway, challenging them. We just raised hell down there, because we said peaceful demonstration, the ones inside, they out there, with the, just walking, they probably said, fuck them, we just made the decision, that's it.
Yeah.
Nah, we not having that, we start challenging the police, going upstairs, getting in their faces, and all the little businesses around there, we just ran up in there, and, we just raised hell down there. And they put that money back in our community, though.
Oh, because of that?
Yeah, they put that money back in our community because of that. And so,
boy, that's good, man. That's positive, actually.
Oh yeah, we'll see it was the Black Liberation Party, Republic of New Africa. Yeah, even the Panthers, like a lot of them cats used to come and talk to me, and like they said, he said black, and protecting your community or your turf means more than just keeping other gangs out.
Yeah.
He said, but you got to look at other people that slumlords, police brutality, the police, and a whole bunch, stuff like that. And so, matter of fact, in my book, I got a chapter in there, and it's, I speak about that, called politics and giving back to the community. Because the way that we gave back to the community, one day we were sitting in the park, and this little guy come in there, running there crying, talking about, saying that the mother's boyfriend was beating her up, and, this and that, he's crying. And so I sent around 10 crowns around there, and they went in there, and they went around there, and the guy was beating Shorty's mother up. It's kind of so of course they whipped his ass and stopped that, and so as a result of that, it started happening more and more. We hear about
asking for y'all for help to
and
that's
that
dope.
everything.
That is dope.
So that was one of the ways we gave back in the community. And then there was another instance. A girl come around. Somebody, I forgot who brought it to me, and she said that they was putting her and her mother and them out because they didn't have the rent money and what you call it. And this right here on Sufton in 108, right down there, yeah. Okay, so so I said, well, when did he say y'all had to be out? And we said, if we're not out tonight, then they're gonna have, they ain't had the money or whatever night, then they're gonna start taking their stuff, putting it on the streets. Yeah. I said, okay, don't worry about it, And when the cracker came, him and the crew, I told him, yo, man, let me talk to you for a minute. I said, what you plan on putting them out? You tell them they got to get out. And he said, yeah, they went up there. I said, how would you feel if you didn't have any money and they was telling you and your family to get out and you don't have no place to go? You wouldn't like that, would you? He said, no. I said, well, they don't like it either and we don't like it. And they're not going no place, so you could just tell your little people to go ahead on. And I said, and they'll pay you when they get it. I said, but as far as you coming in our community, in our area, trying to put somebody out on the streets, we're not going for that. We'll tear this building down and tear your ass down along with it. And so we came, we got an understanding with them, and, people ain't had to leave, and yeah.
What's that shit in The Godfather? Let's be reasonable here.
Yeah, but like in the beginning it started. We was doing a lot of, like I said, renegades that trying to build up a reputation as a gang, and it was about building as many as possible, because they asked me could I start a division. Well, when it was all over, I had started 12 divisions in Queens. A division in Queens Village, Hollis, Bricktown, South Jamaica, divisions all over. And a lot of other little gangs, started popping up. And what we would do with them is, like the 97th Avenue Boys, they became the 13th Division. And the Backstabbers became the 15th Division. But we told them, said, look, either y'all change your name to Crowns, or y'all got to disperse. But nah, and then whoever's the president of your gang, he gonna still be the president. Y'all just gonna be another division of the Crowns. It's either that, or go to war. And they ain't want to go to war because at that point, within 2 years, I had around 400.
Damn.
Within 2 years, and
so y'all was the biggest gang in Queens at the time.
Yeah, we became the biggest gang in Queens.
Damn.
Like I said,
in 2 years.
That's
not
fast,
2 years.
yo.
Wow.
2 years, but shit, we was like I said, we pushed it up to 20. It started 11th division, and I had to push it all the way up to the 22nd division. And that was different. Different crews, like I said, the Backstabbers became 15th. The Young Saigon division that was out here, we made them change their name.
Oh, and they like all just
they became crowns. Yeah.
You know what that's like to me when I think of that? That's like I mean, I guess you would call it a hostile takeover, but it's like
get down and lay down.
But in business, a lot of times when companies grow, like they build themselves up to a certain size, and when like you're public, you have to continue growing. Like a business is like a fat kid that just wants to get bigger and bigger and eat. Once they get to a size where they can't grow no more on their own, they start buying little companies to get bigger and stuff like that. So that's what that reminds me of when I think of that, where y'all got to a certain size and y'all start going to other gangs. No, y'all cool, but y'all gangster, but come on my team. If not, then we gonna.
Yeah. So y'all turned into a movement rather than just a street gang. Yeah, it became a movement.
Yeah, because y'all was helping people on top of the Rebel Without a Cause activity y'all was doing.
Yeah, because it was a growth process. You know, like I said, I was just 17. I was young, and as far as gangs, the only thing I knew that it'd be gang fights, and they'd be doing bunch of renegade stuff. But as we got older, and then I was always open minded. Yeah. And so sometimes when them, like I said, the Black Liberation Party, they come, because a lot of militants back then, they was the system was their enemy, the bureaucracy, Yeah. And they wasn't with black on black crime, and so. And so when things, so like I said, when they opened my eyes up to that, there's more than just protecting, and protecting your community or your turf is more than just keeping other gangs out, because the police was doing a bunch of raunchy shit and getting away with it, jumping on people and beating people, shooting, and we made a stand against that. We made a stand against that.
Was y'all influenced by like the Black Panthers? Y'all was influenced by that?
Yeah, to some degree. The Black Liberation Army, the Black Liberation Party. I keep saying them because Mr. Sam.
Was a big influence.
Yeah. And plus, like I said, I was open minded, and it made a lot of sense. And like he was saying, like with the pimps. Pimping, they said, y'all got to run the pimps out because, they, exploiting, exploiting your sisters, aunts, and this and that. And he said they don't have no place in that. But the police, police brutality was a real biggie, and so, we made a stand against all of that, even if we ain't have nothing to do with it. But it just wasn't right, and they was getting away with it all the time, justifiable homicide. After they shot Clifford Glover, we really, tow their asses, anything white owned, all in business along Sufton, we shut them down, we broke it in, all of them, yeah.
I got another question. There's another member that was in there, and most of the members are infamous, but this guy is now the mayor of New York.
Oh yeah.
Eric Adams.
Mr. Adams, yeah.
Do you remember him?
I don't remember him personally, because I can't say that I knew every individual in Crown personally. No, we went past 400 when it was all said and done. But like I said, all of us wasn't. Into the drugs and a lot of other stuff. And like I said, heroin wasn't, was forbidden, in the beginnings with us anyway, any of that drug stuff. And but they knew that, the activists that was, around then, they know that if they could sell an idea to me, then that's automatic. I could, because I could summon 400 or 500 people in a matter of hours.
Yeah, that's influence.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
that's power.
Oh yeah,
that's power.
I have a question.
It's like, yeah.
While your gang was expanding, did you have any trust issues within the crew?
No, not really. Minor trust issues, because I was real strong on unity, and loyalty, and when we started, none of us had nothing. We ain't have no money. We just had each other, and so and our bonds was made through us experiencing a lot of things together, because we was together every day, all day, damn near. That 48 Park became like our home. Matter of fact, the park building in there, that became our clubhouse. And the park department, gave us permission to use it as our clubhouse, because they couldn't get no parkies or nothing to come in there and work. And so, but the deal was we had to keep the park clean. And once after they told us that, it was on, and I sent the boosting squad up, the Wichita squad to get brooms, bags, paints, and we had that clubhouse, that park house looking better than a lot of people.
What goes on in the clubhouse?
Oh, we had meetings in there, we had meetings in there, we had our meetings in there, and some crowns, who ran away or whatever, lived in there, because we, the park house in 48 is big and they got the bathrooms in the back. Well, we tore all of that stuff out, the urinals, to all of that stuff there. We cleaned all that shit out, and we had put beds back there, some beds, and the clubhouse, like I said, it looked better than the inside of a lot of people's houses. And once they told us we could have it, I sent them on, look, we need brooms, we need paint, we need curtains, we need music system, we need furniture. And so the boosters, burglary squads, the strong arm squads, they all went to work. And we didn't pay for that shit. But we didn't pay for, majority of stuff. We ain't pay for our clothes. We just go and strong out them at the store. We go to Gertz or
sounds like the life of Raleigh.
If it's 7 or 8 of them in there, employees in there. It's 50 of us. What could they do?
Let me. We got a thanks for asking alumni in here. It's our favorite. I don't even know what to call him at this point. He's just alumni, and he's just a staple on this show. Blind Junie. Because he was at Seven Crown too. Like, when did you meet him, and what was your relationship at that time?
Okay, but Junie was young then. Junie was real young, yeah. But he was a young crown. He was one of the little crowns, of that Lakewood crew, and damn near, Lakewood was deep. That was the 11th division. That was my division, and like me, his sisters, all of us was cool. All of us cool. And the 11, the little crowns on Junie and them crew, they stayed on Lakewood. They had a little clubhouse down there in the back of some lot. And I thought it was, when I first seen their clubhouse,
oh, I didn't know this about you. You little
You can imagine.
It gotta be Black. This one here, right here. He said I came from J.J. Evans.
So let's get back to the story. How did you get 18 years in jail?
Bank robbery. I took it to trial.
To take me through the bank robbery. How did that go about? Like, I want to know that. Like, what made you even want to rob a bank, and how did you get caught?
Oh, at that point, we started doing a lot of stick ups, and normally my thing it wasn't legal businesses,
like drug spots and stuff like that.
Drug spots, gambling spots, and stuff like that. And like every year, and for the last couple of summers, some of us would ride down south. My brother was in Myrtle Beach Air Force Base, so we drive down there every summer for a couple of weeks, and we practiced shooting his guns, his rifles and stuff, and you know, and then we'd stick something up and get back and come back to New York. And
so y'all weren't even doing dirt in your home. And you was going somewhere out of town and doing your stick up and then coming back up.
Yeah, nah, but you know, with that, it was just, you know, like I said, we just happened to be down there, and money get low, and then when it's time to go, then we stick their asses up, come on, stick something up, come on back. We stick something up and come on back. But they told us not to never come back to South Carolina. And but my brother had set it up, you know. My brother had set it up, and it was, you know, it was an easy thing. It was an easy thing, and he was the one who made it hard. He the one who made it better because he was supposed to. He was our driver. He was the driver. He been living down there for 10 years. He know the area and all that other stuff. And we in the bank, and I look up, and here he comes in the bank.
The driver comes in the bank while y'all robbing the bank?
Yeah, no mask, no gloves, and he got an account there. He got his account there.
Oh my God!
Yeah. Sound like a movie. Yo, yeah, he just went. I had to laugh, you know, cause my crew, you know, my immediate stick-up crew, you know, it's no talking, you know, we should have been out of there and in the car no more than 3.5 minutes, and why he decides to come in the bank, I don't know.
You ever asked him?
Nah, I ain't asked him. Because it was really nothing he could say that could make any goddamn sense. And I probably would have just got mad, you know. Yeah.
So he come in the bank, and what happens?
He running like a chicken with his head cut off. But there's no talking, you know, once we in there, you know, because my immediate stick-up crew, you know, we already knew, you know, protocol in there. And you know, and it's probably my fault because Raymond wasn't into the street life. He wasn't no stick-up kid, you know. Yeah, so like I said, you know, and you know, he ain't never really participated in nothing like that, you know. But I thought he could, you know, I thought he could know how to just sit his ass, stay in the car, and follow simple instructions. Hell, he been in the service for 8 years.
Wait, he was, oh my God! Wait, you got a Marine out here robbing a bank? So did y'all all get caught at the same time? Like,
no.
Who got caught first?
It was him. He was the first one caught.
Did he tell?
No, he ain't tell.
Okay.
He ain't tell.
He kept it solid.
Yeah. Nah, he still got everybody messed up.
It was because of him then. Oh my God.
That's crazy.
Yeah, because, you know, like I said, 3.5 minutes, you know, me and Jessica, we in the car, and Raymond, the driver, he's inside, and I'm like, well, what the fuck is he doing? You know, and we trying to wait. Yeah, and you know, and it's past the 3.5 mark, and I know, you know, there's almost always a 5-minute gateway. If you could make it happen in less than that, then police response time, you know, usually ain't that quick, and so So
you get locked up.
Yeah.
You get sentenced 18 years.
Yeah.
What was that trial? That was a trial. Like you lost the trial, right?
Yeah, I went to trial. Yeah, I went to trial.
I would consider getting 18 years. You blew trial. You didn't do well.
But they came at me with a 16-year cop out, so I might as well go to trial.
Word.
Yeah, like what was that? Like, you doing me a favor?
Yeah, and you know, when they arrested me, I didn't have nothing on me, no gun, no money. The bank manager said it was 3 people. They got 5 people. And So they really didn't have no
Wait, y'all ain't get no bread out the debt? Y'all ain't get no money?
Yeah, we got some money.
all right,
I said I just didn't have nothing on.
I got you.
Yeah, because we all didn't get arrested at the same time.
I got you.
A couple of them got arrested. And
how much was it? Did you? Oh, you don't want to talk about how much was it? Was it a lot? Was it a little? Was it significant? Was it worth? Yeah. That's the question. Was it worth 18 years?
Well, ain't too much money worth 18 years.
That's a fact.
Was it worth 5 years?
Yeah, it was 26,000. That's all. That's
Back
all.
then,
Back then, that's probably like 100 and some change or something like that. Was that like 72? 74?
Nah. This was 75. In the 75.
Yeah, that was probably around that. Okay.
Yeah.
So when you hear that sentence, what's going through your mind? Like, oh shit, I gotta do 18. Like, what's going through your mind?
I wasn't.
You weren't even thinking. It just was.
I was thinking, but when they said 18 years, then I knew I had to do 6 before I'm eligible for parole. Because so when they say 18, I'm thinking, okay, well I got to do 6. And that's all I did. I made my first board, and
oh, that's good. You didn't have to do 18 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
I thought you had to be up in that motherfucker. Like,
my mom would have been like, get out that car.
Yeah. Are you thinking about that? Like, why the fuck am I doing 18 years? Because some doofus got out the car.
Yeah, but the whole thing was a learning experience, and you learned. And like with the crowns, in the beginning, like I said, we were just into a bunch of renegade shit, and but I knew I had to instill certain things like unity, loyalty, and being there for each other, no exceptions, nothing,
So you get out, you do 6 years. What was jail like back then in 75 doing 6 years?
Oh, in the I was in the feds. I wasn't in the state.
I mean the prison. Excuse me.
I was locked up in Virginia. I was locked up in Virginia because this happened in South Carolina, and so I got sentenced in Columbia, South Carolina. But the bid was.
I don't know what that is.
It was a bid.
Because it's different for different people.
Yeah, I'm talking about
like,
you though,
in the
right?
feds, oh no, I made that all right. I think I only had around.
You learned to be a better criminal. That's what you're saying?
No.
No.
Nope. I did a lot. I had time to do a lot of thinking, and what they call introspection, and but it was all about me, bettering me, sharpening up my thing, and like a lot of people used to always ask me, well, how did you get so many people to follow you, and so I was really, I did a lot of reading in there, and about, I did a lot of reading. I used to read like a book a week.
Oh damn!
Well, my sister had a bookstore, a Talking Drum bookstore, so she would keep me with. She would send box of books. Everybody, Angela Davis, Malcolm X, George Jackson. I done read them all, and this and that. But I was really mainly into people, why people do the things they do. Because oftentimes, and like a lot of times I used to ask the Crowns when they join, well, why you join? Why you want to join the Crowns? And I've heard, a lot of answers. Well, it was nothing else to do. My friends was in the Crowns, so I figured I'd join the Crowns. And the Crowns was the only thing, happening, making stuff happening, but a lot of them just wanted to belong to something.
Okay.
A lot of them just wanted to belong to something.
Yeah, most of the time it'd be like that.
Yeah, and a lot of times they don't think that what they ready to step into, all that comes in, comes with it, and that goes for me too, because I didn't know that, you know, in the beginning, that when this shit was all said and done, that I would, you know, have a couple of bullets in me, and I didn't have 14, 15 years of jail up in me, and
okay,
I ain't seen myself getting beat up and stomped because that happened.
You got shot? When you got shot, was this before or after the first jail stint?
Before and after. Yeah, this is one right here. That shit, they almost took my whole knuckle out. That was, I had a bullet in my back.
Was this a gang fight?
Yeah, one was a gang fight. Mm-hmm. Another one, it wasn't no shootout because they snuck me, the stinking bastard. But you know, I didn't. You know, like I said in the beginning, if you'd asked me, did I think, you know, how all of this would have happened, or I would have incurred all this? No.
You wouldn't have signed up for it.
Well, I ain't gonna say that. You know, because
how long? I'm making to cut you off. How long did y'all last before everything, like the 7 Crowns? Because it's not no 7 Crowns now.
Yeah.
How long did it last?
They still have 7 Crown reunions.
Yeah, we still have we have the 7 Crown reunion.
Yeah, but it's not like an active gang no more. It's not like
it's not active.
Yeah, when did it like finally, when you seen it, like, damn, it ain't no more 7 Crowns? Like, when did you see that?
Well, probably because I really don't totally see it, you know, because I had what they call Main 21, and like we made a pact that regardless which way of life we travel down in the future, that we always be there for each other, regardless to whom or what. And when, you know, when that was a vow that, you know, we took, because at this point, you know, we had to put each other's lives and freedoms in each other's hands many a times under some strong circumstances, you know, some shit where we know that, look, you know, when coming out of it, you know, it ain't gonna be like going in there as far as what may happen and what's gonna happen. And for like Tony, like one time we got into a shootout over in the projects, and so I had to cross the roof because when I ran downstairs and I shot. And I only had a 25 automatic, and like these 3 cats had some big shit. And when they started shooting, all that shit just blew up in my face. It blew up in my face. I ran upstairs, and I said, and then when I got upstairs, I made the mistake of trying to call them, and I didn't have to. It was one in the chamber, so I jammed it.
Oh Lord!
So now I got to continue running upstairs and cross the roof because I'm thinking if they come back, you know, coming at me. So when I go across the roof, come down the other side, Tony's standing there, and he had got shot through the, you know, went in the side and out the side, And but you know, my bodyguard had got shot, and he got shot twice that night. And but anyway, the pact that we made was that, you know, we would always be there for each other regardless of whom or what. You know, and like, and Cat was, you know, was a part of that. You know, Cat was a part of that. And we still, you know, even now, you know, we still crowns, as far in our hearts and minds, you know, we still crowns. When we talk, if I could call a couple people now, the first thing they say is power to the 7, you know, when they answer the phone,
That's dope.
Yeah.
Let me ask you, so did you ever get, because when you came back from jail, that was like, if you went in 75, you came home probably like 81. I think Fat Cat was probably doing his thing by then. What was that like, coming back into that world and everybody's like is big time and getting money? Was you trying to get down with that as well, or?
No, not really. I knew I was already down. I knew I wasn't gonna need for nothing. You know, but you know, when they, you know, I went on a furlough. It was a 3-day furlough. My sister signed me out for 3 days, and and around 5 cars came down, crowns, you know. And that morning, it was like 8 o'clock in the morning. I'm waiting for them to call me so I could go out, and you know, and so, you know, all the inmates be lined up on the fences, you know, to watch, see who visitors coming or whatever. And you seen these 5 cars pull up, and they all start piling out. You know, Fat Cat, Tony, Roscoe, Slaughter, my sister. You know, all of them was crowns, and so and at that point, you know, it wasn't until around then, because I had some of them clocked at maybe 50,000. You know, holding 50,000, something like that. There, it wasn't until then that I found out that some of them was worth millions. You know.
Oh, that's when you was like, oh, these little motherfuckers is getting money now.
Yeah, they get money. They get money. Yeah, and
when you look back at all, you know, all of this gang stuff, do you have any regrets about everything you did or anything you did?
Yeah, of course I do. A couple of things I regret, you know, but I didn't have to live with it, so what the hell? But if you'd asked me, would I, if I had the choice to live that life again, to be a crown again, yeah. Yeah, and almost any crown that was there from the Witchcom would tell you the same thing.
That's how you feel, Blonde Junie? That's how you feel? You got any, do you regret anything you did?
Yeah, I regret a lot of stuff I did.
Yeah.
Want to talk about it?
But
I regret not fucking staying in school and playing basketball and crossing over with the good guys. All my friends is, like I told you, retired from the NBA, they lawyers.
Yeah.
They retired from correction and all of that. And then I got some friends that's doing life bids that ain't never coming home.
You got any regrets?
Yeah, but there's nothing really.
Nothing to talk about?
Yeah, I mean, I allowed a couple of things to happen that I could have stopped that. Now I say, yeah, I should have did it. I wish I would have, you know, would have stopped that from happening. And but other than that, do I regret joining the Crowns? Do I regret, you know, the life that we lived as far as? Even though, you know, there was a lot of, you know, some negative things that came out of it, but it was more positive than negative to my hindsight. And I would do it, and I would do it again. And I've asked a lot of Crowns, you know, and they tell you they'd do it again. They said that's one of the most memorable times in their life. That, you know, that was what you call them in their life, you know. And but see, because all of the Crowns, you know, some of them, you know, I don't know, I guess, you know, you live and die by the choices you make, and some of the choices they made, you know, they all pan out.
So, so when you get out, what are you doing then? Like, are you still trying to recruit people? Are you still trying to be the leader of the 7 Crowns? Or are you just trying to be like you just trying to do something completely legit and not trying to be a part of that?
Yeah, this is when I came out.
Yeah, it's when 81 you came out.
I came out in 81. When I came out in 81, you're right, because I came to New York on 2 furloughs before I made parole. And each for 9 days, and so, you know, I flew to New York from Virginia, and you know, and I got a chance to see how, you know, things have changed and who was doing what, and the money they was making and all that stuff, and the way they was carrying it, and now at that time, you know, I had already almost completed the college program in the Feds. You know, I took up business management, and you know, I was honor student. I made dean's this, honors this, everything. Wow. Yeah, I got my transcripts in my bag right there. You know.
Big round of applause for that. Like it ain't nothing. That's something, bro.
I got a picture there. They elected me one of the outstanding minority community college graduates for the.
Yeah, that's dope, man. We proud of you, man.
Wow.
Yeah, it's in the book. It's in my bag, right? In my bag. You know, when I came home and seeing how, you know, how they was carrying it, and several of people that was, you know, was up under me, and my you know, was leading their own little crews now, you know, and they all thought that when I came back, when I paroled back, that I was gonna get back in the driver's seat, and they was gonna try to put me there too anyway, and but I said, damn, well, you know, I owe the feds 12 years, and I just knew the way that they was, moving that, that, you know, that they building up cases on someone, man. I don't want to get caught up in none of their conspiracies, you know, because, I mean, they was standing on Front Street, on 150th Street on the corner. One time we was standing there, it was me, Cat, Jeff, I think Preem came down there, but they got on. They got these medallions and shit on, and this jewelry and Carmine. You know, that's the police. You know, they just driving by looking, and I said, damn, Cat, why y'all out here? You know, flaunting that. You know, y'all got enough. You know, the jury y'all got on is more than what they get paid. They all paying a fucking year or something. You know. And but they, you know, they didn't care. But and then being there, you know, Cat's name was ringing, Tony's name was ringing, and a few other people's name was ringing, you know. And I said, man. And then when I came out and seen some of the new people they had put down with them, some of them I know, and 'cause some of them I did know, but I knew that, you know, I seen a lot of weakness there. And I knew, I said, nah, I can't. If I parole back to New York, they're going to put me back in the driver's seat, and I'm going to get caught up in one of their conspiracies. And so I said, well, I'm not even going to parole to New York.
So you saying Catton wanted to give you the power and let you take over?
I didn't want to take over.
But they wanted to give it to you, though.
Oh, yeah. When on furlough, I'm on furlough. I've been like a little over 5 years. I come home, and I'm just trying to enjoy my people, and my girl, and you know. And one of them said, "Black, here's a couple ounces of raw dope. Here's an eighth of key of coke, and do what you want to do with it, you know." And then another one, when I was over his house, you know, he gave me a few thousand, and he had like, yeah, if you want that eighth key right there, go ahead and take that shit. You know, you could have it. You can make it. I said, man, look, I'm home for 7 days. I'm not trying to be trying to sell no drugs or hitting people off with no packaging, no shit like that. I'm just trying to enjoy my time out and observe, you know, and
So you didn't parole up here. You were paroled down south.
Man, I said that.
Did that save you? Was that the last time you ever went to jail?
No.
You should have took the money, man. You should have took the money.
Nah, I said that. My thing was, I said, okay, well, you know, because I was going to college for business management, and my minor was accounting, and I just needed a couple of accounting courses, but the professors, the accounting instructor was scared to come out to the prison and teach, so I couldn't get them with those accounting classes that I needed. And so I said, well, when I get out, I parole out west, and I knock that off, and then I could help them turn their money legally. Because they was already sitting on millions, so I'm not trying to start selling no more drugs or continue with that. Now's the time to turn that shit legal, put it into some businesses. Yeah. And so when I paroled out west, they only accepted a year's worth of my credits from over here. So I wound up out there. going, and even out there, you know, I was honor student, dean's this, you know. I became
I don't mean to cut you off, but I think it was something else that I wanted to ask you. Actually, I think that was it. Yeah, I think that was it. What's your thoughts about like gangs now compared to like the Seven Crowns, like Bloods and Crips and stuff like that?
Okay.
I think that's probably
and that's good because the difference between us and them now is that, you know, like I said, we evolved from renegades and selling drugs and a bunch of that negative stuff, and you know, we was there for the community more than what they, you know, what they are now. You know, like I said, we did a lot of protests. We did a lot of protests. We did a lot of I mean, we even went to DC, you know. They got free buses to DC to go, talking about for police brutality, you know, and inequality, social inequality, a whole bunch of issues that was, you know, that affect us as people here. You know, we addressed, we stood up to it, and now they not doing that, you know. They want to be into the drugs and pimping, and you know, we wasn't with that. We definitely wasn't with the pimping and stuff. And police brutality, that was really
that was big on your
on our thing, yeah. And as a result of that, I mean, when they shot this one boy, not long after Clifford Glover got killed, you know, and so you know, I had a couple of my people, you know, we went and made some firebombs and cocktails, and you know, two police cars, they was in the middle of the street like this talking, and around 3 of them cocktails blew up in between them, you know.
Cops?
Yeah.
Oh, you know, y'all was rebels with that one.
Yeah, and they only thing you hear is they tires screeching, because one of them blew up right in between the cars, and you know that gasoline when the bottle busted, splatters.
Oh wow!
So it was on the cars, and they was gone. You know? They was gone, and when they come through, we gonna throw bricks or whatever, you know, because we was tired of them beating up on, you know, hearing about them shooting motherfuckers and beating, and you know they did that to us too, because we used to fight against them all the time, and like. At one point, like that thing, like Malcolm X, you know, if you see Malcolm X when he marched his crew around there to the precinct. Okay, well, you know, I did that a few times, and I mean, we backed the police up, all like around the corner from 103rd, because 103rd is right on that corner, like, you know, like that there. So they crossed, they had the street already crossed, they got their sticks out, because they had snatched up one of my peoples, and you know, we got the word that they was beating them, you know, and so we go around there, and so now they had the streets the police had the streets lined off with their sticks and stuff, and we backed them all the way up till in front of the precinct, and it made them bring Danny out, and they brought him out to show us that they didn't beat him. He wasn't like that there. And it was like maybe around 400 of us, and then you had you know, the other crowd. People just want to see what's happening there in the back, and we backed the police all the way up to the precinct, and they brought them out and showed us. And another incident with the
hold on. This is one more thing, and this is something that you did. You're writing a book. Just tell me about the book.
Okay, the book is the Crown Story. It's about the Crown Stories, you know, how it started, why it started. Right now I got 17 chapters, and you know, each chapter, the first one is the beginning. That's the name of the chapter, the beginning. Second chapter 2 is making it happen, and then it was the the Seven Crowns. Seven Crowns. Third chapter is about the Royal Crowns. That's the women. The clubhouse, politics, giving back to the community, bodyguards and burglaries. Yeah, bodyguards. Another chapter is bodyguards and burglaries, and some of the things we, some of the things we did, how we lived. The book tells you, how we got started, how drugs influenced us, but it's
so go into depth with everything.
Yeah.
Okay. When does it drop? Are you still trying to get like a publishing deal for that right now?
No, because I got to redo it because my last publisher. He got lost somewhere, and it took me 2 years to catch up with him and get the man.
Well, that's gonna work itself out, man. These things, that's just business.
But as far as what's it's done, it's written.
Oh, okay. I look forward to reading it because I know it's gonna be very insightful.
Yeah.
And as you was telling us on this interview, I'm sure it's gonna be very in depth and well said. Yeah. Bug, do you have anything?
Yeah.
Not really. Now I feel like I know more about the Seven Crowns than I did. I heard about y'all, but I never knew really in depth about y'all. So I'm proud that you still standing and you still could tell your story. So
round of applause for that. I need more insight, definitely.
There was one incident about, because we didn't pay for the movies. All you gotta do is save the Seven Crowns, you could go to the movies, and. So we was in there as we, do. Sometimes we just be hanging out in there, and somebody came in and they said, "Black, the Crown Girls is fighting the police." They said the Royal Crowns is fighting the police at the 103rd, and that's just 3 blocks from the theater. So we jumped up and ran down there. It was around 20 of us. And it was surprisingly to me that the girls was actually fighting the police, like they was trying to go into 103rd.
Oh wow!
Yeah, and so now once after we came and took them running around the corner, then we just joined in and started pulling them out. So now we fighting to try to get into the 103rd. And if you've been in 103rd, when you go up the stairs, they got the 2 doors. Then there's a little corridor, and then there's the other doors. Okay, so we was bottlenecked right up in that corridor with us fighting and trying to get in there, and they trying to keep us out. They swinging sticks and we fighting, and it was all because one of the Crown Girls, the police had picked her up because they had fought somebody, in the terminal, and they said that the police was manhandling her and beating her, and so the girls decided they gonna fight the police. So
that's crazy.
Yeah. So, but it was on then because once we came, then we all up in there too, and they trying to push us out, and they hitting us with sticks, we punching and all that stuff. And Lieutenant, what's his name, Macmillan, he noticed me in the thing, and he could tell them all, look, grab that one, grab him, pull him in. And so, and one of them grabbed, he wouldn't let go, and the other one, they hit me with the sticks, but everybody was getting hit, because we was all crying that thing. And so when he pulled me to him, he said, Black, if you get your people out here right now, if you get them out here now, nobody get arrested, nothing. Oh, yeah. Because they could have charged all of us, assaulting officers and all the other stuff. And but they and so I said, let's roll out, my crew, we back out. And they brought the girl out to show us that they didn't beat her.
Yeah.
And,
so you had more power than you knew you had.
Yeah. Because I mean,
so you didn't think to use that. You didn't think to use that power when you came home. When you came home, you ain't think to take advantage of that power, and you seen everybody getting all that money.
Money ain't everything. You gotta look at freedom. You know, like I said, Cat in the Name was ringing, and you know.
You should have took the money, man. You should have took the money.
I got the money. I've had a lot of people say, "Well, Black, you know, if you did."
But out of all of them, who gave you your most props when you came home? Like, who really saluted you?
Well, what do you mean then? How do you
like who really like
money or?
Now I'm just talking about far as like prestige. Like you was the leader when you went away, and when you came home, who still looked at you like you was the president?
Besides Junie.
Junie was the baby.
Damn near the majority.
I was the baby crown.
Oh, really? Well, yeah,
damn near the majority of them. Yeah, when I came home on furlough, like if wherever I went, they all was there. They were Black. Where you going? Well, we gonna go to so and so. They say we go to Popeyes. All right, it'd be 10 cars there. Once we get there, all the crowns and yeah.
You got anything?
Yeah, we tried to get you on the show a couple of times before, man. I'm just glad you came down to the show, man. You know, tell your story, man. We appreciate that, bro.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I ain't really give y'all a whole lot because I was
saving it for the book.
Everything. No, not just for the book, but I'll speak again because one thing that you know, I listen to a lot of Lance and them thing, and like. You know, they don't give people the props that they deserve. You know, who was there and who, you know,
you want to give them
who
props
really put you on the thing.
Yeah. Tell them who Lance and them is, so they
know Lance is. But talk about the people you want to mention before we wrap it up.
Oh yeah, you know, like Charleston Blue. You know, Charleston Blue was my first spokesman, and like he was the one. Like after we got the kids, you know, that youth corps money diverted back into Southeast Queens, he started representing us as well as the community, you know, because like I said, they be having them meetings and making decisions in our community, and nobody from our community be there to represent it. And he was one of the ones who was there. You know, I appointed him in that position to be our spokesman.
Give a shout out to Charleston Blue, you said?
Yeah, Ronnie James. Yeah, Ronnie James. And you know, but a lot of people get it mixed up with the drug thing and the what you call them, because like I said in the beginning, drugs was forbidden. We ain't use drugs and we ain't sanctioned it. I recall finding drugs and we just still push that shit in the not the incinerator, but the sewer. You know, push it down in there, throw it away anyway. And but a lot of positive things that, you know, like I said, as we grew and as I grew, and cause I was always open-minded, you know, it changed our actions about a lot of things. Like I ain't like to see bullying. Like if we see somebody jumping somebody, we're gonna stop it. You know, why y'all jumping them? You know, this and that. If I see somebody taking advantage of somebody, like this bad boy, what's his name? Ernest Taylor, he was beating this guy up for no reason. The guy was old, couldn't fight back, and he had a crowd, and he's showing off, and we just walking out seeing that. I said, go over there and tell him if you hit him one more time, we're gonna stomp the shit out of him. And he stopped. But I ain't, you know, a lot of gangs, you know, be on that bullying shit, want to jump people, and with the current ones, you know, the Bloods, you know, like when they was cutting people up for no reasons, you know, blood and black, See, we didn't participate in no shit like that, and I ain't sanctioned that like that, and but be too much time, right?
We appreciate you coming down here, bro.
I really do.
Thanks for coming.
That's a fact.
Thank you.
We the first podcast you did?
Yeah.
So give you a round of applause for that.
I like the round of applause.
Thank you.
But, that's it. It's Detox, Bug Out, Ali, G-Vaz, Blonde Junie, and none other than Mr. Black. Peace.